Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and the Europa League / Conference League fixtures are finished, and we're going to dabble into a bit of the reactions from Chelsea fans, Tottenham fans and United fans. But before I begin, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe, hit the like as well, it would be greatly appreciated. But let's get straight into it. We're going to start with Deji Spurs. We've got 2 reactions per club. This is when Tottenham went 1-0 behind versus AZ Alkmaar.
What is this Tottenham team doing? How? Oh no! My background! Why is he starting? Stupid! What is this?
You know when you're so angry that when obviously if you are a live streamer, the mic literally cut out. It was such a ridiculous goal for Tottenham Hotspur to concede. If you haven't seen it, Bergvall does a kick, the ball goes flying in the air and ends up in the back of the net. The sort of goal that would make anybody frustrated and want to scream to the point where their mic breaks out. Sometimes Spurs just create these absolute bozo moments, these sort of goals where you think, okay, this sort of thing would only happen to Tottenham Hotspur. And that's exactly what happened, you know. And to be honest, AZ Alkmaar were fantastic throughout the game. I think Vicario really helped Spurs, but we'll get onto that a bit later. Now we've got the reactions of expressions to when Spurs went 1-0 behind.
AZ, he's free, blood. Oh! Oh, my days! What was that, bruv? What was that? 1-0 down, own goal! Own goal! Oh, brother, I can't believe this. Oh, I can't believe this, fam. It was pinball. How did that go in? How did that go in? How?
For me, when I look at expressions reactions, he always looks like he's celebrating goal when he's angry. Like the way he's doing that, I thought you could even tell he thought you know, the sort of reaction that would make it seem like it's a celebration, but he's just so animated. This is the sort of thing I would expect after a goal like that. You know, he must be used to it now with Tottenham. And it's disappointing because as somebody who enjoys football, you know, I talk about Liverpool in a positive light. So I'm going to speak about Spurs in a positive light, although I'm an Arsenal fan. I love the way that they can attack, but they just look so toothless at times, you know. You think about their defensive structure, the sort of goals they concede as well, the situations where they're just so open. I think in the second half, Troy Parrott was in on goal. He should have scored and made it 2-0. These things can't happen. They have to have a better defensive structure, and I can see the frustration from the Tottenham Hotspur fans. But let's get swiftly on to the United fans' reaction to the penalty and the goal that made it 1-1. First off, we've got Saeed and his, of course, friends watching the game.
What's my name? I really get you. Daddy. Come on, bro. He's got to save one. Here we go to Russ. I'm sorry.
No! Oh, no! What's my name? Oh, no! That's no!
Sure.
I apologize to Rihanna and Rihanna fans.
Yeah.
I butchered that song.
Can't butcher the song, man.
Yeah, you just had no faith in Onana when that penalty was being taken. And that is the sort of place he's in at right now. United certainly do need to upgrade the area. But was that a penalty? For me, absolutely not. You know, when you see a players not even appeal for it, it goes to show that it shouldn't have been a penalty. 100%. No Sociedad player was claiming it. Everybody carried on with the game, and these situations happen quite often. So you want to go off of reaction time as well as what actually occurred. And for me, I can see the frustration of the United fans. But hey, these referees are supposedly one of the best in the world, so we've got to trust their judgment. And it's very frustrating because up until then, United pretty much had control. They had opportunities to put the game to bed. You think about the opportunity to counteract. Højlund up front, for me, there's a lot of issues there for United. There really, really is. But let us get on to Mark Goldberg's reaction to the goal that made it 1-1.
Fucking hell. You can't. This is just this season in a bloody biscuit tin, isn't it? You got to take your chances. If you know, look, to be honest with you, 1-0's never enough, is it? You can't expect to just do 1-0. Something's going to go wrong at some point. You give corners away, the ball's flying around, bit of bad luck. Your hand touches the ball by accident. They'll give a bloody fucking penalty, and it's 1-1.
It's the truth. Football, you have to be clinical. We all watched it yesterday, Liverpool versus PSG, and there was no clinical edge from PSG. So ultimately, what happened is they conceded to a second shot on goal from Liverpool. And that is how football is, you know. So you can't even complain. You can't be salty. So a lot of rival fans salty yesterday with the fact that Liverpool stole that game. But if you do not take your chances, then what's the actual point? Play all this pretty football, but who's won the game? Who's come away with the better result there? Sociedad probably could have gone and won it. They had an absolute sitter. But you can get the frustration. United just aren't there. They just can't get over the line at a minute. And this rebuild, oh my word, with Ruben Amorim, it has a lot, and I mean a lot of work. Now let's get on to the reactions of Chelsea, Conference League Chelsea. And we're going to start with Eunice Talks Football's reaction to the Copenhagen goal.
Marking him, no one marking him back post, and he hits it right at Sanchez, and Sanchez just, I don't know what he's trying to do here.
The frustrations from Chelsea fans around Sanchez is quite interesting, to be honest, because he was brought in from Brighton. Obviously, Chelsea have a lot of players from Brighton, and there's not ever been this attachment. Even if it's Jorgensen from a neutral perspective, he's not been much better than Sanchez. It's such a difficult predicament. Chelsea just, over the years, can't seem to have a top quality goalkeeper. They really, really do struggle to have somebody in there who you can rely on and can be world class and keep getting goals out, but then at the same time play football, play out from the back. Chelsea just haven't found that fine balance. It's either one or the other. Brilliant with their feet, awful shot stopping, brilliant with their feet, awful shot stopping, awful with their feet. There's never that balance with Chelsea. It's so frustrating for them. Now let's get on to the reaction of Carefree Lewis.
2-1.
Oh, we can't go away from home without conceding, man.
Well,
Yep.
The frustration, Chelsea just can't be keeping clean sheets away from home. And it gives Copenhagen a slimmer of a chance going to Stamford Bridge. I still think Chelsea will ease through that tie. But it is frustrating, to be honest. You want to keep clean sheets. It gives confidence to the defenders. And the goal that Chelsea conceded, it was poor. Colwill probably should have done a bit better in the defensive scenario. But it is what it is. Let us get more onto the analytical side of it. We'll talk about Tottenham first. Then we'll go into United, then into Chelsea. This was the lineup Spurs went with, and I want to quickly just talk about Matthias Tel. He's really struggled, but I don't blame him at all. He wasn't meant to come in and be the first proper centre-forward choice. Solanke should have been there. Tel maybe off the left is a lot better. I feel like he can bounce off of a Solanke. He's better utilised as an inside forward, and he's struggling up there on his own. Can't hold it up, can't generate his own shots, hasn't got the confidence, and it's just a young player going through a really tough period. And being on loan, you don't want to go through those tough periods because you want to show the team what they got. Because ultimately, Spurs really pushed hard for this. They wanted him ahead of him going to United, and it just hasn't really worked out at all. You look at the midfield, Bergvall had a really tough night. He did some nice ball carrying in the game, but ultimately not enough. Bentancur, he was all right. Maddison just can't seem to influence games enough for me, where you think, okay, who can create and do something for Tottenham? Maddison is meant to be that guy. He just didn't do it. Dodgy and Spence defensively were fantastic, but on the ball going forward, it was quite a poor night for them. Archie Gray always impresses me. Danso was physically strong when he needed to be. And Vicario, for me, probably one of the best players on the pitch in terms of the saves he made. If that goes 2-0, I think Tottenham are quite dead and buried. But he's given them a chance, and I reckon they will turn around that tie. Now on to Manchester United. Xerxes, fantastic. I feel like he's really coming into his own. Looking probably the best attacker United have. Garnacho, frustrating, can do all the dribbling and all of that. But his end product at times can be frustrating. A great assist in the end, but shoots far too often. Højlund up there, you just feel sorry for him. You can see there's a talent, but he really is struggling, to impact games. Dorgu, little influence. Dalot should be squaring that to Højlund in the game. Really, really poor. De Ligt is always looking quite strong. Euro's always looking decent as well. Mazraoui, he's a facilitator, can be moved over the pitch and looked pretty decent. And to be honest, 1-1 heading to Old Trafford, I feel like United again will probably win this tie. If it had gone to 2-1 Sociedad, you could have doubts. But for me, United did look pretty good. And Sociedad were nullified to an extent. And I feel like United fans don't really need to worry. As for Chelsea, big for Maresca going with the 17-year-old, 18-year-old Mhweka up front. didn't really show anything. Looked just really like a tough night. You know, when you're a young player, you can tell he really did struggle. Drewsbury Hall off the left shows where Chelsea are at the minute, really. Tyreek George, when he got moved to the left, was much better, got the assist, really composed, knew what he wanted to do when he got to the byline. Reece James just has that ability to turn a game over with a piece of brilliance, something Spurs missed. Chelsea found it through Reece James, outside the box, brilliant finish. Back four did okay to an extent, really annoying. Gusto had to come off with an injury, and yeah, I feel like Chelsea will definitely go through. But anyway, that's it for now. Hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, peace.